Hi guys, welcome back. How are you all doing today? It's me, Krista Sky, and I hope you are all having a wonderful day. And today I'm reading the book Ingo again by Helen Moore. Today we're reading page 17 to 24, and I'm sorry that I forgot to mention the pages in my second video, but we're doing page 17 to page 24. Last video I did pages 9 to 16. So let's begin. When they see us, but the air prickles with all the bad things they have said. Sometimes I think that if adults quarrels had a smell, they would smell like burnt food. Dad's mushrooms are shriveled up and black. He sees me looking at them. He picks up the pan and scraps the burnt mushrooms into the pig bin. What a waste. I love mushrooms. The next night, Connor and I bike up to see his friend Jack. We stay longer than we mean to because Jack's Labrador Bush was there. Has 3 puppies. We haven't played with them before because they have been too little. But now they're 7 weeks old. Jack lets us hold one each. My puppy is plump and wrinkled, and she sniffs my finger, licks them, and makes a hopeful whining sound in the back of her throat. She's so beautiful. Connor and I have always wanted a dog, but we haven't managed it yet. You are the most beautiful puppy in the whole world, I whispered to her, holding her close to my face. She has a funny little folded down left ear and the soft, inquisitive brown eyes. If I could choose one of the puppies, it would be her. She wrinkles her nose, does a tiny puppy sniff, and then snuggles in under my chin. I feel as if she has chosen me already. Puppy the Pop's mother, she knows us, so she doesn't mind us playing with them. She stays near, though, looking pleased and proud and watchful. Every time a pup tries to sneak away to explore, Puppy fetches it back and drops it in the basket. I love the way Puppy makes her mouth soft to pick up the pops. By the scruff of their neck, we forget all about the time when we remembered it's getting late and we have to rush. Come on, Soph. Mom's going to kill me if we're any later. Connor's up ahead, racing my bike's too small for me, and I have to pedal like crazy, but it still won't go fast. When Connor gets a new one, I will have his old one. Dad says maybe at Christmas Connor will get his new bike. Wait for me, I yell. But Connor's away in the distance. At the last bend, he waits for me to catch up. You are so slow, he grumbles, as we bike the final downhill stretch side by side. I'm just as fast as you are. It's only my bike that's slow, I say. If I had your bike, Connor's already told me he will paint his old bike for me when he gets a new one, and I can keep the lights. He will paint it any color I like. We reach the gate where the track goes down past our cottage. Ours isn't the only cottage here, but our neighbors are set far apart. At night we can see the lights from the other cottages' windows shining out against the dark hillside. Our cottage is close to the sea. Look, there's Mom. What's she doing? Asked Connor suddenly. Mom has climbed to the top of the still opposite our cottage. She's standing there, outlined against the light of the sunset. The strains forward as if she's looking for something. Something's wrong, says Connor. He drops his bike on the side of the track and starts to run. I drop mine too, but its handlebar gets tangled up with Connor's bike. I stop to sort out the bikes and prop them against the wall. I want to run to Mom, but I also don't want to. I hang back. I have a cold feeling in my heart that tells me that Connor is right. Something is wrong. Something has happened. This is when the long night begins, the longest night of my life so far. Even though it's summer and the nights are short, none of us goes to bed. Hold on, guys. I lost where I was reading. Oh, no, none of us goes to bed. At first, we all sit together in the kitchen round the table waiting. Sometimes I start to fall asleep. My head lolls and then I lurch out of sleep just before I tap off my chair. Mom doesn't notice, and she doesn't send me to bed. She watches the door as if any moment it will open and Dad will be back. Dad often takes the boat out the slate, Connor keeps saying stubbornly. As the clock moves on to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, not like this, says Mom. Her lip barely moves. I know that she's right. And so does Connor. Something's wrong when Dad goes fishing. He usually goes with Bedget or Pete. He does go on his own sometimes, but he never ever just disappears without telling us where he's going. We help him load up the boat and often we watch him go out on the tide. But this time, Dad has said nothing. He was working in the garden all afternoon. Mom heard him singing. She went to lay down for half an hour because she was so tired from not sleeping the night before. She must have fallen asleep. When she woke up, the sun was low. She called to Dad, but no one answered. She went down the track and called again, but everything was still. Our neighbor's Mary Thomas came out. Is something wrong, Jenny? She asked. I heard you calling for Matthew. No, nothing's wrong, said Mom. It's just, I don't know where he is. Maybe he's working on the boat. I'll go down to the marine and check. Imagine Mom going all the way down to the cove, so near to the sea. She must have been scared, but she did it. She slipped on a rock as she climbed down and cut her hand on mussel shells and got blood all over her jeans. She went down as far as she dared until she could see that there was no boat tied up to the mooring place. The tide was high, just on the turn. Mom called and called again, even though she was sure by now that Dad wasn't there. She couldn't stop herself calling. I had a feeling that Matthew was nearby. He was trying to get to me, but he couldn't. Mom doesn't tell us all this as we sit around the kitchen table. Much later that night, when she's told us to go upstairs and get some sleep, we sit on the stairs and listen to her talking to Mary Thomas, telling her all the things she hasn't told us. About calling Dad and thinking he was nearby but he couldn't get to her. Dawn comes and Dad's still not back. Mary Thomas is with Mom in the kitchen. Connor and I are still sitting on the stairs waiting and listening. I must have fallen asleep because suddenly I woke up with Connor's arm around me. I'm stiff all over. My head hurts and the heavy, frightening feeling inside is stronger than ever. Mom said Dad would be back in the morning, but it's morning now, and he's not here. There's a murmur of voice through the closed kitchen doors, and we stir to make out what Mom's saying. I don't know what to do now, Mary, she says, and we can hear the fear and panic in her voice. I wait for Mary to tell her to relax and calm down because Dad's been out in the boat a million times, and no harm has ever come to him. But Mary doesn't. Morning light creeps into our cottage and Mary says, maybe we should call the Coast Guard now, Jenny. Come on, Soph, says Connor. He stands up and his face suddenly looks much older. We push through the kitchen doorway and Mom stares at us as if she's forgotten who we are. She looks awful. Mary says to Connor, I was saying to your mom, Connor, that maybe it's time to call the Coast Guard now. It's not like your father to go off like this and leave your mother worrying. There's enough light to search by. If he's out there fishing, there's no harm done. If the Coast Guard happens by, I will get the phone for you now, Jenny. Alright guys, that's all, and I hope you... Listen? Hold on guys, let me recheck. No guys, sorry guys, not yet. My bad guys. Mom's phone and everything begins. Once it starts, you can't stop it. I'm still clinging to the hope that the police and the Coast Guard will say we're being stupid to bother them. Take it easy, your dad will be fine. Wait a while and he will turn up, but they don't. The Coast Guard's jeep comes bouncing down the track. People talk into radios and mobiles. The police crowd into the kitchen, filling it with their uniforms. Neighbors knock on the door. Mary goes out to talk to them, quietly so that none of us will hear her telling that story over and over again. There are mugs of tea on the kitchen table, some empty, some half full. People start bringing sandwiches and cakes and biscuits until there's so much food I think it will never get eaten. I can't eat anything. I try to swallow a biscuit and I choke, and Mom holds a glass of water to my mouth while I sip and slurper. Mom's face is crisped with fear and lack of sleep. The old life of me and Dad and Mom and Connor has stopped like a clock. Another life has begun. I can hear it ticking. Your dad has gone, your dad has gone, your dad has gone. The sun shines brightly and is getting warm. Connor says stays downstairs with Mom, but I go up to my bedroom and wrap the David tight around me and shut my eyes and try to bring Dad back. I shut out the sounds of people in the kitchen below and concentrate. If you love someone so much, how can he not hear you when you call to him? Dad, I say. Dad, please, please come home. Can you hear me, Dad? It's Sophie. I won't let Mom be angry with you if you come home. No, nobody, nothing. All I can hear is the rushing sounds of my own blood because the David is wrapped around my ears. Dad, please. I sit up cold all over and strain my ears for the two things I can hear more than anything else in the world. One is the beating of Dad's heart as I heard it when he was carrying me down from the midsummer fire. The other is his voice raising up in the summer air, singing, "Oh, Piggy Garden, oh, Piggy Garden, you are my darling, come sit you down upon my knee." My name's not Piggy. I used to say when I was little, "Come and sit on my knee anyway," Dad always answered, and he would cope his hand under my elbow and sweep me up to sit on his lap. I would bounce and laugh, and he would laugh back and bounce me higher and higher until Mom told him to stop before I was sick. But she wasn't ever angry then. She was laughing too. If only time would go back like the tide, back and back, past yesterday, past the night before, back when the bonfire wasn't lit, back to when none of this had happened, and then we could all start again. The Coast Guard searched up and down the coast, but they found nothing. All that day they searched, all the next day and the one after. A helicopter comes down from the air sea rescue. It feels low and hummers like the air searching coves and cliffs. After 2 days, Connor explains to me that they are now scaling down the search. He tells me that means that if Dad is in the sea or on the cliff, they don't believe that they will find him safe anymore. Too much time has passed. The helicopter stops flying, and there are only neighbors in our kitchen now, instead of police and Coast Guards and volunteer searches. And then the neighbors go back to their own lives except for Mary. A few days later, Mom says she thinks it's better if we both go back to school. It isn't doing us any good staying in the cottage and waiting, always waiting. 5 weeks later, a climber on the cliff smells down the coast, sees something. It's the hill of the pig garden wedged upside down between the rocks. He reads the name on it. The Coast Guard goes down. And a team. Wait. Hold on, guys. I lost where I was doing. Team of divisors search the area. There is no sign of Dad. Finally, they pull the boat off the rocks and tow it to shore, so they can examine it carefully and find out what caused the accident. But the boat doesn't give a single clue. Mom says to us, "We have to accept it now. Your dad had an accident." "No," says Connor, slamming his fist on the table. "No, no, no. Dad wouldn't lose the piggy garden like that. On a calm night? That's not what happened," he bangs out of. Alright, guys, so I hope you enjoyed. And this time, guys, I don't need to double check. I do have a book, guys, that I write first day this page to this page, and you guys get the gist. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you all have a great night, day, or evening, or lunchtime, whatever you guys have. I hope you guys enjoy your day, and I'll catch you guys next time.